Hey guys, Lauren here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be March favorites. I have like 8 different products here to talk about and I'm super excited. There are quite a few. I think I have like 4 skincare ones total. With the way the weather's been, my skin's kind of been all over the place with going from cold to hot to snowy to rainy and the constant back and forth that the last month has been. It kind of took a toll on my skin with adapting to the change in seasons, change in weather. So I found myself reaching for a lot of really great products that I've discovered recently. And because I have so many things to talk about, we are just going to go ahead and jump right into the video because I don't want this being 45 minutes long. So the first product on my March favorites list is the Dermalogica Daily Superfoliant. This is part of their Age Smart line. It is a powder to face scrub formula. It's like the only way I can think to describe it. Basically, you screw off the cap and there's a little hole at the top. It's in the shape of a D for Dermalogica, and it's a powder that turns into a face wash, and it's activated by water. So you make sure your hands are wet and your face is damp, and you put this powder in your hands and then rub them together and it becomes this face scrub, and it's probably the best face wash I've ever used. It cleans out everything in my skin so well. I don't even have to take my makeup off beforehand before I use it. All I have to do is use it as a face wash and it takes away everything, and it's probably the best thing that I can think of for any type of skin out there. Combination, normal, oily, you name it, and it helps correct a lot of those problems. I know for me personally, it doesn't dry out my skin, and the areas that are already dry, it exfoliates really well and it almost helps hydrate them, so I don't have to deal with putting on any extra moisturizer or dealing with any irritation or anything at all. It's by far my favorite face wash. It is expensive. I believe it's $58 at Ulta, which is a lot, but in my opinion it is worth it because it does do such a good job for my skin. So it's definitely something that I'm going to continue to buy and continue to use. Along the same lines, this one it's on my favorites list, but it kind of is a second place on the favorites list. It is the E.L.F. Hydrating Bubble Mask. So E.L.F., as you guys know, is a super affordable brand. I think I paid $6 for this guy. I think if it wasn't $6, it was probably $14, but I mean, it's still a really affordable brand, and it's a great face mask. And I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's a face mask. It doubles as a face wash at the same time. So basically, you take this little button distributor. I'm not quite sure how to word this right now, but there's a little button on top. You press it, it dispenses the product. So you take it, and it's like a gel. So I have a wet paper towel here to kind of help show you guys a little bit. You take the product on cleansed skin, and I tend to leave mine damp because I feel like the dampness helps activate the product itself. So it's kind of like a gel. So this is how it looks when it goes on, and it'll slowly start to turn. You can see it around the edges. It'll start to foam, and then you leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it starts foaming up and cleansing your skin really well. So if you've already washed your face and you want something a little bit extra, I recommend putting this on, only because it'll get everything that your face wash didn't get off, and it will get deeper into your pores and really clean everything out. I mean, it turns to like a legitimate foam, and once the foam starts to kind of turn more translucent, you see the little line in there, once it starts to get kind of more translucent, then you know it's done. And then from there, you just take it and you rub it into your skin and wash it off, and it doubles as a secondary face wash. I love it as a mask, honestly. It can get a little bit drying on my skin depending on how long I leave it on. If I have one spot that's a little bit thicker, then it does have a tendency to dry out some spots, but not to the point to where my skin's like flaking. It feels tight. So I tend to put a little bit more moisturizer on, but the few times that I've used it so far, it has been really amazing, and I would continue to buy it because it is affordable. And for something like this, I mean, it's perfect for on the go. I can toss this in my travel bag and I have a good face wash if I don't want to really bring this entire thing or spend the money for the travel size. So it's definitely a great option as well. Loving it so far. So far, my mind could still change, but as of right now, I am enjoying it. For the breakouts that I do get, I will admit, I do still have problems with my skin breaking out. I mean, as we all do, it's gonna happen, unfortunately. But when I do get them, I tend to reach for my Badescu drying cream. This guy is kind of a godsend, if you will. To me, I can wear it as a treatment at night. I'll dot it on extra on my face, or I can put it on a little bit thinner in the morning, and it not only will help color correct some of the redness in my skin, but it will also help kind of dry up the breakouts and basically shorten their lifespan. So it's this great little cream, and it's thick. I mean, I could sit here like this for like hours and it will not move. It's very thick and it's soothing. So you basically just put it on your skin and it will dry onto your skin, and you can very easily rub it out, or you can just leave it, like I said, leave it thicker on your skin and use it as a spot treatment. I discovered it probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And I was using it on and off. I was using it sporadically, but I find myself reaching for it a lot more, especially this past month. It really does shorten the lifespan of my breakouts, and it helps control the puffiness that I get and a lot of the excess redness that I get. And I already have redness in my skin, so this has helped a lot with covering up a lot of that. The biggest thing though is taking off your makeup and taking it off properly. So I've used micellar water before, but I just bought this product not too long ago. This is the Garnier Skin Active, and this is their micellar cleansing water, and this particular one is actually for oily skin. They have 3 different kinds, one that helps remove waterproof makeup, one for normal, and one for oily. And I mean, this stuff does amazing things. It takes off my makeup, but it doesn't have the harsh chemicals that some of the makeup removers have nowadays, and it doesn't irritate my eyes, it doesn't irritate my skin, and it does not make my skin break out at all. So I found that the more I'm using the micellar water and taking off my makeup every single day, which is important, it's kind of helped with my skincare routine. So remove makeup, wash my face. If I have to, I use my Badescu, and I mean, the combination itself has done great things for my skin. Loving all of these. They are, I mean, 3 out of the 4 are forever ride or dies right now for me. Like I said, the E.L.F. one I'm still on the fence on, but as of right now I am loving it for the way it's working. But I will keep you guys posted on how I like that. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into makeup. I talked about this in my February favorites video, and I will keep it in my favorites. This is my Becca highlight in Moonstone. This, I mean, I loved this since I first saw it, and I love the way it applies. I love how easy it is to use. I mean, it's just so natural. I mean, you can make it super subtle, you can really build it up, you can make it pop so much, and I love that it just melts into my skin. So I'll continue to buy it. I have other highlights that I want to try, but for now, Becca highlight will forever, I don't want to say forever, I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but it will definitely be my go-to until I find something better. So again, from February favorite to March favorite, Becca highlight, again, shade Moonstone for me. If you guys watched my Draper James and Birchbox video, you saw me talk about this. This is the Smashbox Indecent Exposure Mascara. And I wasn't sure about it at first. I did notice some length. I didn't notice much volumizing. Here's the brush on it. It's more dense, and I found the more I used it and the more I played around with it, I ended up loving it. And I put my Soap and Glory mascara to the side, and I was always grabbing this guy. It does give me a lot of volume when I build it up, but the biggest thing I love about it is the length. I don't have to curl my lashes, and it gives me the length. It makes my lashes more noticeable, so I'm more than likely gonna keep buying this one. It is a little pricey. I think it's like $24, but for the length that it gives me, it doesn't flake. It's a great rich black color. To me, it's worth it. I always stand by the thought process of you get what you pay for. So if I'm gonna buy cheap mascara, there are some great drugstore ones out there that will do great things, but this one so far, lengthening wise, has blown all the ones out of the water. Last makeup product I have, this I actually got as a sample in one of my orders. I think it's when I ordered my Tarte Pro palette. It is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. This is actually just a sample size of it, so you can see that cute little cap. So it's small, but it's a great little finishing powder. You can see it's only got like 2 little holes in the front, so it makes less of a mess. But what I love about it is I can bake with it, and it's not too, it doesn't change the texture of my makeup. It doesn't look obvious that it's on. It's easy to work with. It's easy to brush away. It's easy to blend out, and it does help my concealer last a bit longer. I do notice from time to time I do get some creasing, unfortunately, but I mean, that's gonna happen depending on the products that you're using. But I do really like this. It helps keep my face more matte. It doesn't allow a lot of oil to break through, and by, you know, midday, by the end of the day, I still feel like my makeup is looking pretty good. I do notice from time to time that parts of my face can get a little cakey looking, but it's only where I really get dryness, like on the sides of my cheeks. And I think it's just because my skin is drying out at that point too. So when you add on foundation, primer, finishing powder, you know, blush, contour, bronzer, whatever I have on, all those together is kind of going to cause that to happen, especially over dry skin. So even dealing with that, I still have found that I constantly grab it. I do have the RMS finishing powder, which used to be like my all-time favorite powder, but I am finding that I am grabbing the Tarte one a little bit more than the RMS. And I do like the way it's kind of helping my skin look. There have been tests showing that it does help improve your skin, and I have noticed a little bit as I'm using it that some of like the spots under my eyes, like the little wrinkles that I'm getting, have kind of evened out a little bit. Could be the eye cream, it could be that, it's hard to say, but either way, I'm loving that product right now. And last but not least, I did tell you guys I have a beauty tool, and it's this little guy. This is one of the Ulta brand beauty blenders. I discovered these sometime last year, and I bought a 2-pack. It's a 2-pack of them, and they're $10, and I was kind of excited about it. I was looking for an inexpensive beauty blender that was the shape of the original beauty blender. Not so much just for the shape, but you know, I've used the Real Techniques ones, and I liked them, and I've used other beauty blenders before, but I had not used one that was this exact shape before. So I was really excited when I found them at Ulta, and I bought some, and I loved it. Bought some more, loved it. And I recently, probably about a month and a half ago, went shopping there, and all Ulta brand was buy one get one free. So I bought 4 because, you know, I have a problem it was buy one get one free, and I love these sponges, and I was scared to death that they were gonna go away. So I ended up getting a bunch of them. I actually gave one of the boxes away to one of my coworkers, but I mean, these guys are great. They do soak up some of your product, unfortunately, but you dampen it, it blends out your makeup great. I've been using them for a while now, and I mean, to me, I think they compare really well to the original Beauty Blender. Texture wise, they're super soft. I mean, this one's brand new, super soft though. They're easy to wash too, which I love. They don't hold on to my cleaner at all. It basically washes away all the product. First time use, again, it will soak up some of the product, but all things aside, they're affordable, $10 for a 2-pack, and I'm obsessed with them. So I will continue to buy these guys. Now that I've talked for like 15 minutes, I'm so sorry that this video is longer. I really wanted it to be shorter, but I had so many things that I wanted to talk about this month, so I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm obsessed with all of these products, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys watched the whole thing. I hope you guys found some products that you want to try as well. If you have any questions about any of them whatsoever, questions, comments, concerns, you guys know, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video.